Good morning, Bucknutters, and welcome to the Morning 5 on June 18th, 2014. I am Dave Biddle. On today's show, we're going to talk about the 7th commitment in Ohio State's 2015 recruiting class. We're going to learn even more about the Buckeyes' recruiting efforts from our Alex Gleitman. And we're going to discuss the top 5 questions for Ohio State with preseason camp just a month and a half away. Those of you, like me, that were hoping linebacker Nick Connor from Dublin-Scioto would be a member of the Buckeyes' 2015 recruiting class got your wish Tuesday night. Connor camped at Ohio State Tuesday afternoon and showed the coaches what they needed to see. He was offered at the camp and committed on the spot. We have a couple articles on the front page of the site right now regarding Connor's commitment, but the one I want to direct you to is Bill Kurelich's impact story, where he goes in depth as to what this means for the Buckeyes. What type of player is Connor? Will the Buckeyes have room to take 4 linebackers in their 2015 class when all is said and done? I certainly think so. If Ohio State gets commitments from Justin Hilliard and Jerome Baker to go along with Connor, I think there would be a way to get Shamar Kilby-Lane in the class if he ends up flipping from Florida State. As a source pointed out in Tuesday's boarding house, the Buckeyes originally planned on taking 2 quarterbacks in their 2015 class. Now that it looks like they will only take 1, commitment Joe Burrow from Athens, perhaps there will be room to take 4 linebackers. But the bottom line is Connor is the one who got the ball rolling here in terms of linebacker commitments, and he's a good get for Ohio State. The 6'3", 225-pound Connor is ranked as the number 5 inside linebacker recruit in the country in the 2015 class, according to the 24/7 Sports Composite. Now for more on recruiting, let's go out to our East Coast Bureau Chief Alex Gleitman in Manhattan. Alex, what do you got for us?
The hot news of the hour is that 2015 linebacker out of Dublin-Scioto, Nick Connor, committed to the Buckeyes upon receiving an offer immediately from camp. But we want to talk about another Ohioan who received an offer yesterday at camp in 2016, tight end Luke Farrell. The Perry product is the second tight end in the class of 2016 in Ohio to receive an offer from the Buckeyes behind Moeller's Jake Hausman. And Farrell told not only myself, but Bill Kurelig that the Buckeyes currently lead his recruitment that includes offers from Michigan, Illinois, and high interest from others. He's slated to camp at Notre Dame this coming weekend, but Farrell told me there's certainly a chance he could commit to the Buckeyes tomorrow when he returns to camp. He has to talk to his coaches and his parents and see if that's the best decision for him. But right now, my crystal ball lies with Farrell going to Ohio State, and I think the Buckeyes could land a talented duo of tight ends from the state of Ohio in both Farrell and Hausman for 2016.
Thank you very much, Alex. For even more on recruiting, Bill Kurelig has his In the Dean's Office feature on the site right now for subscribers. You can ask Bill any question or just follow along and read the Q&A session. If you're not a subscriber, give our free trial a test drive. In case you missed it yesterday, I posted a story on the site analyzing the top 5 questions for Ohio State entering preseason camp. Yes, camp begins in a mere 6 weeks, and it'll be here before we know it. I think the 5th biggest question entering camp is whether the wide receivers will be vastly improved. They were a liability down the stretch last season, and that's being kind. And head coach Urban Meyer said he was still concerned about the group following spring ball this year. The 4th biggest question is how the young secondary will perform. The Buckeyes have a lot of talent in their defensive backfield, but they will be extremely young and inexperienced. Fortunately, the group does have one senior in Duran Grant, and I think he will go out with a big season and will be a second-day NFL draft pick next year. The 3rd biggest question is who will be the starting middle linebacker. As I said in the piece, we'll cut to the chase here. I think it'll be Raekwon McMillan, not Curtis Grant. The 2nd biggest question is the health of Braxton Miller. He's still recovering from off-season shoulder surgery. He's throwing a football, and Urban Meyer says he's ahead of schedule and will be 100% by the time the season begins. However, it's still a concern that the Heisman Trophy candidate is coming off surgery to his throwing arm, and the beginning of the season is only 2.5 months away. The biggest question on my list is how will the offensive line look after replacing 4 starters? I think the group will be serviceable, perhaps even good under Coach Ed Warner. But it would be foolish to not expect some type of drop-off from last year. I don't think it'll be a precipitous one, but I do think there will be some regression on the O-line. So what do you think of this list? We want to hear what you think, so go to the front row message board and sound off. Thank you for joining us for the Morning 5, and I hope you have a great day. Take it away, best damn band in the land.